Hello, welcome back to our Tcap commentary. Today we're gonna watch Maurice Wolin. Now, I've seen this guy before, right? It seems like it's like the most common thing I say, right? But the time's right. I just did his police interrogation, last week. So we're gonna watch his actual segment again. One of the very first videos I did, right? So I feel like it's worthy of a redo, right? But anyway, if you like Tcap, right, check out the channel. We have a lot of videos on this, right? But yeah, we're gonna continue and let's get into this.
Man in the computer industry.
Banger intro, by the way.
This guy's coming in. That could be the doctor.
But if there was a list of the most respected members of the community, a cancer research doctor would probably be near the top.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Could it be?
Not bad of a drive?
Wait, am I like, okay, I know we just started, right? But I have a lot of things going through my mind, right? So I didn't know he was a cancer research patient, right? Cancer research doctor, right? That's one thing. The look back is funny as hell. Let's look at that again, right?
A cancer research doctor would probably be near the top.
So cool, man.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Could it be?
Not bad of a drive?
And another thing. I am unfamiliar with this decoy. Like, am I being stupid, right? I don't remember this decoy at all. I don't know if, she's... one of the listed decoys, right? Because there are some that are, that aren't really listed. Like, there's like the ones for, it doesn't matter. But the takedown videos, like, the decoys don't have identities, right? Nervous Nelly also, right? We actually don't even know what her actual name is, right? I don't believe we found that out ever. But it's fine to not know, right? Like, she needs her privacy. But I don't remember this decoy, that's kind of what I'm getting to.
Good, how are you?
Great.
Could it be?
Fantastic.
Not bad of a drive?
To catch a predator. Okay. Let me add another thing. I've been pausing a lot, but I have nothing to drink. So my mouth is dry.
This guy's coming in. That could be the doctor.
Doesn't matter.
Go to Mark 3. Have him come towards you.
Hey!
Here comes Marco.
Made it. Come on back.
Thanks. How are you?
Good, how are you?
This man is 48 years old, married, and a prominent San Francisco physician.
Yeah,
It's hard to believe that someone of his stature would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13 and then follow her into the backyard where she invites him to go in her hot tub.
Pour me a drink. I'm actually going to put on my suit so maybe we can get in the hot tub. It's all warm.
He met
They cut it right before it happens, right? Hopefully you've seen this before, right? You're just here for me, right? Hi, hello. But I do want to mention something, right? The house. I understand. I look at everything but the actual subject of the scene, right? But this is a beautiful ass house. This is an amazing
that
house.
someone
Look
of
at this
his
shit.
stature would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13 and then follow her into the backyard.
Look at this beautiful ass garden area, right? We have the grill here. We have the potted plants, right? We have is it a margarita? I don't know. Fucking little drink beverage, right? Looking good, man. Oh, it would be an amazing place to hang out at, right?
Would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13 and then follow her into the backyard where she invites him to go in her hot tub.
Pour me a drink. I'm actually going to put on my suit so maybe we can get in the hot tub because it's all warm.
He met the girl online 3 days earlier. The girl
3
was
days.
really a perverted justice decoy pretending to be 13.
3
Using the
days.
screen name Tall Dreamy Doc,
Banger.
he lies and says he's 29. Remember, he's really...
We did find that out in the police interrogation, but it just never hits correctly the first time, right? 29, looking like that. Holy hell! That's impressive. You're an impressive liar. Well, you're not impressive because it's not a good lie, but it's impressive. You have the balls to lie that hard, right? Imagine I'm I'm a 20. Well, imagine guys, I'm 21, and in actuality I'm 35, right? That's insane, right? But I was gonna say something. Maybe I'll remember. I don't know. Just continue the video. No one cares. No one cares to listen to me.
Online 3 days earlier.
They're not here
the
for
girl
me.
was really a perverted justice decoy pretending to be 13. Using the screen name Tall Dreamy Doc, he lies and says he's 29. Remember, he's really 48. He asks the girl what brought...
You don't gotta remind me, Chris. Remember, he's 48. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell he's, pushing 50, right? But the Tall Dreamy Dog, man. Banger username, I should have called myself Tall Dreamy Possum, man. That would have been a banger, huh? I'm real funny, right?
Size do you wear? She says 30B, but it's kind of big on me right now. I'm still growing. He replies,
without a
I
G.
will kiss them. He goes into graphic detail about giving and receiving oral sex. And later says, I'm horny for you. And asks her to masturbate while thinking of him.
Ooh. Ah, man, I forget these, right? I have a life. I like... Surprise, right? I actually have a life somewhat, right? Somewhat. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I don't, actually. What am I saying? But I forget, how bad these are, right? I mean, we watched this segment, 9 months ago, right? So it's not like I remember him, really, right? I barely forget. Yeah, I barely forget my, I barely remember my name is what I'm getting to, right? How can I remember something I've seen, 9 months ago, right? But to think about him, that is insane. That he it's almost like you kind of find it kind of easy to believe someone when they're being interviewed, right? Be like, oh, well, I actually didn't say much, right? But then they put the actual chat log in front of you and show how much he was saying, and all that goes out the window, you know what I mean? Of course, I wasn't believing him to begin with, but it's not like I felt great detest towards him, right? Because I really didn't know much of his chat logs, right? They do read it out, but
it's kind of big on me right now. I'm still growing. He replies, I will kiss them. He goes into graphic detail about giving and receiving oral sex, and later says, I'm horny for you, and asks her to masturbate while thinking of him. He tells her several times he could get into trouble, but it isn't enough to stop him from coming over and helping himself.
Okay, before they, I know people are here for this, right? But I did have a comment in one of the two police interrogation videos where they say he is one of those guys that kind of goes under the radar when it comes to top of the list predators. You get what I'm saying? People kind of forget about him sometimes when they're thinking about the top 5 or top 10, right? Of the worst ones. But imagine you're someone who has gone through schools. This guy has lived so much time, right? You would think you would learn somewhat of, wisdom and a way to act. And not just that, he is a full-blown professional that takes a lot of mental power to become, right? Being a doctor is not easy, right? To get there, at least in school. You would think someone who is, quote-unquote, smart with that would have some sort of, you get what I'm saying? He would be smart enough to understand that this is a bad idea, right? To visit a minor alone when she's home alone, right? And also message someone that way. I mean, we just saw the messages. That is very awful. Why am I going back?
And asks her to masturbate while thinking of him.
Look,
he tells her several times he could get into trouble. But it isn't enough to stop him from coming over and helping himself to a drink.
I can't. Oh. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, beggar line, man. Anytime I spill something, that's what I have to say, man. Oh my god, man. This is actually a lot better than I remember it. This is a lot better than I remember it. I know he tries to grab it. What?
But it isn't enough to stop him from coming over and helping himself to a drink.
I can't. Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, man.
So where are you coming
pour
from?
it back.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Do you have
yeah,
a towel?
so there probably was a lot of traffic.
Why does he walk like that, If you walk like Maurice Wolin, right, I cannot talk to you, right? I cannot talk to you, right? But, you ruined a perfect, beverage, right? I wanted some of that, I was waiting to get myself a glass, for myself. But now it's ruined, right? You put your dirty paws on the beverage, right? You cannot do that, right?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Me
so
when I'm
there
from
probably
San
was
Francisco.
a lot of traffic, huh?
Do you have a towel?
As the doctor looks for a towel, he spots Dateline's camera crew.
I gotta take off.
Take off.
Woo! Straight heat. me when I'm exiting a party, man. That's what I'll say, That's what I'll say. I gotta take off, I gotta go. But I know Walls pointed it out. I think it was him. I think it was him who pointed it out. But the decoy does have some pretty good awareness, right? I am repeating what he's saying, but whatever. He asks, "Where is do you have a towel?" Right? And he goes behind the quote unquote curtain. Like, you don't think that she would be changing? I mean, to be fair, he's there for a thing, right? He's there for that, so I feel like he's not really crossing any boundaries in his mind, He's not like, oh, I'm a good guy. I cannot do this, right? I cannot look at someone who's changing, right? He's way past that. So, back to what I was saying. There is a towel there, and the predator, right? Maurice asks, "Oh, do you have a towel?" And the decoy says, "There's one on the chair," which she's right. There is one there. But it's a bit too late. It's too late, so he goes past it. But I really wonder what would have happened if he actually were to get confronted by Chris Hansen, right? Like, Chris actually came out and surprised him, right? Not like him going behind the curtain. I don't know if he would have stayed. Like, I think I talked about this in my first one too, but I don't think he would have stayed. Like, I truly don't think he would have stayed. I think he would have legit bolted because he knows how much he has to lose. He is one that understands the problems that arise from this meetup, right? I'm sure he understands in some way how bad this is, right? He did say in the chat logs. But Chris Hansen comes out, he runs. He's 100% running. Like, I think I questioned it in the first one, but I'm sure he would be like, no, there's no point in me trying to reason. I'm just going to, bolt out of here. I mean, he was very weary of it, when he first came in.
Where are you coming from?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, so there probably was a lot of traffic, huh?
Do you have a towel?
As the doctor looks for a towel, he spots
Why would he get a towel there? You'd think you would look at the towel, like, near the little, like, bar area, you know what I mean? Not behind that, like...
Sir?
Hold on, I'm interrupting. I'm sorry.
Do you have a towel?
As the doctor looks for a towel, he spots Dateline's camera crew.
I gotta take off. Sir? I need to talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, he's running. Yeah,
he runs.
No way.
But he doesn't get very far.
So good, man. What position is that, man?
I wasn't doing anything.
I wasn't gonna do anything.
Oh, man, I wasn't doing anything.
Get his keys.
I wasn't doing anything.
And like all the other men caught in this investigation from used car sales.
That is really good. I wasn't gonna do anything. I wasn't gonna do anything. So good, but this infamous ass, like, glasses slam, right, in the garage is very famous. Like, look at this. They killed someone here. Someone, I don't know if it was anyone else, right? He would have gotten blasted, right? Let's be honest, right? The police would have let it rip, But what even is that, actually? What is this? I don't know. Someone fell and it cracked their head open. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, he walks out and he is, of course, surprised by police, right? They pull up in threes. I think there were more, but we saw 3 in the camera. But he goes on to slam his glasses down. Like, I understand the frustration, but come on, man. Like, I don't assume Maurice Wolin had cheap sunglasses, For someone his... to be fair, look at his fit. Never mind. Maybe he did. Maybe he did have cheap sunglasses. But, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't have done that, right? People always find it funny as hell, which, to be fair, it is funny.
I need to talk to you for
But it's always kind of concerning, too.
But he doesn't.
It's concerning. Like, why the hell?
Far.
Relax, man. You're only a predator, right? Relax.
On the ground.
I'm not gonna do anything.
On the ground.
What the hell is that?
I wasn't doing anything.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, man, I wasn't doing anything.
Get his keys.
I wasn't doing anything.
And like all the other men caught in this investigation, from used car salesmen to engineers to Marines, he goes through the same procedure.
Marines? Who got caught that was a Marine? Tell me in the comments. Who was that Marine that got caught? I mean, I'm assuming it's in this thing, right? I haven't seen, like, many of from this one, right? Though I actually don't think I've seen many at all. I don't think have I? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen any from other than Maurice, because I don't remember anyone. But if there's someone who was a Marine from this thing, please tell me. I might do them later. But I also got a request from someone who messages me on Instagram, right? I did get your message, right? I will do him later, but I'm kind of getting back into the groove of it, right? So I'm just gonna do this one. But yeah, I do have that one. So relax, man, relax. Do not jump me, please.
First stop, the booking station.
Look at zip ties. Come on.
I'll explain all that too.
Burglary.
Can I call my wife?
You can do that after the booking procedure.
The police ask routine personal questions, but the doctor appears distracted. Nothing's sinking in.
You're going to talk to a detective and just...
Yeah, I explained that to him already. He's just not, he's failing to...
I'm not failing. I'm just really scared.
Nothing to be scared about.
Nothing to be scared.
That's insane from the police. Bro said, relax, there's nothing to be scared, bro. You just got caught trying to be the minor, right? That I feel like you would be a bit scared if you were someone like this. You know, you would be kind of, you know, a bit, what's his name? Damn! Sorry for yelling. Not John DuPay, but the other one. You see how this looks. Apprehensive. I don't know. I remember his name. Jeff Sokol. Damn. A little apprehensive, right? But anyway, I have something else to say, but I'll say it afterwards. I'm sorry.
Talk to a detective and just...
Yeah, I explained that to him already. He's just not, he's failing to...
I'm not failing.
It's a co-op.
I'm just really scared.
Nothing to be scared about.
Nothing to be scared about?
No.
I'm somebody who has never done anything in my life. Be died a traffic ticket, and you wouldn't be scared?
Why does he look like that? Like, I'm just starting to look at him. He's real ugly. You know, Maurice Wolin is ugly as hell, but not me though. I'm handsome as hell. Like, look at me, man. I look pristine. I look suave. You know, I look good. But enough about me, right? Back to the video. I will say, you know, I will give it to you, right, Maurice, right? For only getting a traffic ticket, right? I feel like this is a very big jump, right? You've graduated in the terms of breaking the law, right? You've done a lot more than I would think a normal person would do, right? So, congratulations, I guess.
Never done anything in my life. Be died a traffic ticket, and you wouldn't be scared?
You want to be
You're
scared?
in some trouble, obviously.
Yeah,
Really?
I feel like I'm in big trouble, and I feel like I made maybe a mistake, but I didn't do anything.
He's Dr.
Yes.
Maurice Wolin, head of clinical research and medical affairs for a pharmaceutical company, and he's not happy about seeing our cameras.
I'm here in handcuffs. I have pictures being taken of me.
Pictures?
I don't know what I'm...
Buddy, that is something that I didn't realize. I don't think Maurice Wolin ever got told that he was going to be on NBC. Wow. Did he get told? I don't know. I don't think he did, because from here he goes, I mean, he said they're taking pictures of him, which isn't the truth, right? They're taking a video, right? For TV. But he does get put with the detective, right? And we've already seen that, right? It's in the channel already. But to elaborate a little bit on that from that video, right? I know the first part is a bit annoying, I won't lie. Like, I tried watching it, I talk too much, I get it. But burglary. He did get charged with burglary, okay? And burglary means when you pass into someone's property, right, when you're not supposed to be there, to commit another crime. That's what I was told by my fans, people who were watching. So to elaborate on that, right, that's what that meant, even though you could probably check it in the comments, right?
Cameras.
I'm here in handcuffs. I have pictures being taken of me left and right. I don't know what I'm being accused of.
Burglary.
He's then taken in for questioning by Detective Steve Nelson of the Petaluma Police Department.
Nelson, Mr.
First
Nelson,
thing I'm going to do
Nelson.
is explain to you your
oh, we're back,
Miranda
baby.
rights, okay? Okay. You have the right to remain silent.
We love Miranda
At
rights.
first, the doctor agrees to talk.
So, I'd like to talk about what happened today, okay?
But he quickly changes his mind.
What screen name do you use?
I really need to have an attorney present.
Okay.
But despite asking for an attorney, he chooses to keep talking.
You asked to talk to an attorney.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to discuss this further because I can't, unless you want to waive your right to have an attorney present.
The detective asks him 4 more times if he's waiving his right to an attorney.
I will answer what I can.
And each
dumbass, but I'm glad he did talk, because I wouldn't have a video otherwise. But that's a bit selfish, but of course I mean that he would have got himself into more trouble, right? I love to see it, right? I love to see these guys get in trouble, but it wasn't a wise choice. I'll be honest, right? I will be honest. It wasn't a wise choice, and I don't know why he did it anyway, but it doesn't matter. We've already seen this, right? So if you want to watch like the actual full thing, I do have it in my channel. It's chopped up, but it's the full thing. The actual interrogation came out like 3 months ago. It came out recently, after it not being public for so many years. They got actually publicized by someone on YouTube. I don't know how he got it, but still, he did get it. So, we watched that.
Waiving his right to an attorney.
I will answer what I can.
And each time he agrees and continues to talk.
I'm not going to play games
I'm
here.
not playing games. I'm scared out of my mind.
Scared out of my mind.
And I understand that.
You saw my record. I've never done anything wrong in my life. And now I'm being charged with very serious offenses.
Why did you come to the house in Petaluma today?
Petaluma, huh? I was curious. The Dan Allen treatment.
Okay. Curious about what?
I chatted with some...
We gotta do Dan Allen, man. We have to do him. I talk about him so much. Just for me to have never done him before, right? But he's a bit of a hard one to do. Pause. He is a very, to me, a serious predator. I know he is a bit goofy, but I don't like him. I've kind of seen the segment, right? I know someone in my comments recently, and I'm not calling you out, right? I'm not mad or anything, but they said that, like, when I say I've never seen something before, and then I go say some of the voice lines from the Predators, right? So I'm gonna try to explain that a little bit, right? When I say I haven't seen it, right? I have never, physically myself, seen the segment for myself. I mean? Maybe I've heard what these guys say, right? I hear some of, what happens, right? Like, let's say, I've never seen Jeff Sokol's before, but I know that he says, not Jeff Sokol, John Dupay, but I know he says Steelers and the Ravens, right? But that doesn't mean I've never, I've seen his segment, right? Just because I know that he said those lines, right? So, when I say I haven't seen something, I mean it, right? So that's just it, I don't know.
Curious.
Okay. Curious about what?
I chatted with someone.
Oh, and for the reason why I said that is because for Dan Allen, I think I've seen him before, but I don't really remember him, right? I don't remember him. I do know that he does want to shove a camera down someone's throat. And I hate that type of behavior, right? Trying to fight with the cameraman is kind of weird, right? Like, they're supposed to be kind of invisible, right? So why are you talking to them? But I don't know. We'll see if we ever do it.
She had asked to meet me on several occasions.
I declined.
And today again she asked. I had a little bit of time, not very much.
Okay.
And so I thought I would come out and meet her, and nothing more.
Okay.
The doctor is referring to how online he made a date for sex with a decoy, but chickened out. Then the decoy, deliberately behaving like a precocious teenager.
I know, you a big chicken, man. The decoy was on smoke. I don't think people have ever talked about how awful the chain. That sounds so fucking lame. How unhinged some of the decoys were when they were trying to talk with some of the predators, right? There were just some some decoys themselves, and were just straight up mean, like straight up like being assholes to the predators, right? And it will still come over. Like, it's impressive. It's very impressive. It's something to really look into, right? And maybe one day I will. The psychology behind being a decoy for perverted justice, but today's not that day, so.
Boy, but chickened out. Going. Then the decoy, deliberately behaving like a precocious
teenager,
encouraged him to come.
Well, she was young, and I knew that.
Under 18?
Sure.
Okay. Did you talk to her about touching and kissing and making each other feel good?
I remember she saying that she had trouble finding something to make her feel good.
Okay.
That's disgusting. Disgusting. Like, when I was recording the police interrogation, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too happy to do that. I come home from school for, like, the first time, after not having, like, a schedule, right, because I was in summer, to being kind of tired. So I came in, recorded something, because I felt like it. I know it's very counterintuitive, but recorded it, had to legit edit it the exact same day and be ready to upload it tomorrow, right? I don't really do that. A little bit behind the curtain. When I usually make videos, I make the video somewhere between Monday and Friday, and then edit it Saturday or Saturday night for it to be uploaded the next day. I know that's not super efficient, but I am uploading multiple times a week. I don't know. It's just basically I end up almost editing the night before. I know it's very inefficient, but I usually record like a couple of days before that. But anyway. The things he said in the interrogation are very bad. Looking at it, again.
Saying that she had trouble finding something to make her feel good.
Okay.
I was playing with her.
In
Why?
fact,
You're
what he said
48-year-old
online
man.
was, I work hard to make the girl feel good.
Oh.
I wouldn't stop until you blank over and over.
Blank?
And then you told her, no,
Lord.
I'm real, but you're under 18 and I'm over.
Over is an understatement, Swin. Oh, my lordy. He said over. Just be specific, right? It is impressive he lied to the decoy saying that he was 29. That's impressive. You know, the amount of balls you have to say something like that when you look like this isn't, you know, it's massive, you know? But over 19, shut up.
I don't remember saying that, but I told her that she needed to. I was concerned about her. She needed to be careful.
Right,
Okay.
super concerned.
The only reason I came today, I was curious, but I wasn't.
Dan Allen, man.
And if you read that, you can tell that over and over again I said that both I shouldn't come, she should be careful.
You're talking about that you want her to take your pants off.
Oh God!
So you can take mine off if you want.
Is that an invitation to type that?
So
Relax,
you want to do it?
I wasn't going to do anything. It was that was not appropriate, Officer Nelson. I shouldn't have talked to her.
Right. No shit.
I wasn't going to do anything.
So you drove 40.
My bro just pointed out the obvious. He said, "I shouldn't have done this. You know, if I could look back, I should have never messaged this girl. Like, yeah, no shit. But now that you're in trouble, you regret it, right? Because let's be honest, most of these guys would never regret anything if they got away with it. You get me? They're only regretful because they got caught. It's a very common thing to say, but I always have to say it because I just have to bring that to you, right? Because I'm surprised there are some people that do feel bad for these guys. I haven't seen those type of comments on my videos lately, but in the past I used to get like a few of them. I won't lie. It's not like I got like you know, tens and like 100 of them, but I did get like maybe like 8, 9, 10 people who kind of defended these guys, and it's always surprising because these guys legit would never be innocent in any form, right? These people are predators. They like no one forced them to show up here, right? The decoy can be all begging and all and everything. I won't still do it, right? You wouldn't do something like that.
I shouldn't have talked to her. Right. I wasn't going to do anything.
So you drove 40 minutes from Piedmont
For nothing.
to meet a 13-year-old. That nothing would have happened. And you expect me to believe that? After you talk about having different sexual acts with her?
Crazy.
She begged me to come. And I know that doesn't make it right, but
It is blaming the decoy. I said it in the police interrogation. I'll stop referring to that, but I think we're nearing the end. But blaming the decoy, always crazy. It's something that a lot of them do often. It's a very common thing they do. Even people outside of just predator catching and, you know, Tcap as a whole, you know, a lot of criminals blame the decoy. The victims, you know, to certain degrees they do. Unless it's like even murder, actually. Never mind. Even in murder, sometimes they blame the people who you know are the victims. It always surprises me, but also doesn't, you know, because who in their right mind would blame someone of a sex crime that it was their fault? You know what I mean? Like anyone with a sensible mind would never do that. But when they're the people who would have been, you know, the actual criminals in the situation, of course they use that, right? But any other, you know, person who's smart, who's you know, who has a brain, would never agree. You know, I would never go like, it was the decoy's fault. That's the reason why he showed up. No, right? And I'm sure he would do the exact same thing. If he heard someone came over for his daughters, you know, he wouldn't say, oh, well, maybe my daughter was leading the guy on. Like, no, people don't say that. Only, you know, the actual criminals themselves say something like that. Or people who are just very dumb. You know, to put it nicely.
I know that doesn't make it right, but
All right, the time's approximately 14:38. I'm going to conclude the interview.
can I call my mom?
I'll walk you over to the trailer.
Once he's taken out of the interrogation room, an officer dials the doctor's wife and hands him the phone.
Honey,
I'm in big trouble.
Big trouble. I'll explain. You have to bail me out of the Sonoma County Jail. $30,000 check. We'll need. It was a sting operation. I'll explain it to you.
Jesus Christ. Like, I know these predators dread this type of call. I know because they often say it. There are a lot of people who always say, I hope hope this doesn't go home. Do my parents have to know about this? Does my wife have to know about this, right? A good example is definitely, what's his name? How could I forget? Lee Greer. Yeah, how could I forget his name? He doesn't want his wife to know what happened with Dateline, but I'm sure she found out eventually somehow. But in this case, he's calling his wife to bail him out. 30 grand plus. I don't remember if it was 30 or 35. That's a lot of money, and I'm always upset that someone like this has that amount of money because of how shit of a person he is, right? Maurice Wolin is not a good person. I understand some people might say, "Well, you never knew the guy," and I can't no more because he's dead. But yeah, let's say I even knew his ass. I honestly think he was actually exposed as being kind of like a pee-pee head, to say it nicely, at work, and people never liked him. Actually, I think is what I heard. Maybe that was just all rumors, but even that, him becoming a predator has put him on my list of the people I would never like to talk to ever, right? So him having that amount of money to just easily dish out to get himself out of jail is infuriating. It's a bit frustrating, but I guess. But luckily he's gone. So
operation. I'll explain it to you.
Don't bring the kids.
Don't bring the girls. I didn't do anything, but I did something stupid.
Jesus Christ. I feel bad for his daughters too. I don't know how old they are now, but I assume they're adults and hopefully capable of moving forward on from it. Their dad's bad decisions and all this, but for him to have two daughters, it's also a slap in the face to them, right? Let's say his kids, his two daughters were also 13 or in that same range. Imagine your father, someone you trust and you would like to love, in a sense, betrays you in that way. It's very bad to know that your dad tried cheating on your mom, by the way, first of all, your mother, with someone who is your exact age or near your age. Like that has to, of course, ruin your mind. I always say it often, but I always have to stress it. I'm sorry for stressing it, but I feel bad because, those daughters, hope they're doing fine, but
it was a sting operation. I'll explain it to you when you're here. Don't bring the girls. I didn't do anything, but I did something stupid.
Very counterintuitive. Okay, after fighting the charges over 2 years, spending a vast amount of his legal defense, Wolin pled no contest to the charges. Okay, anything else? Because he dragged out the legal process, he was the subject of countless media stories and attention in his home region. I don't think I skipped anything, but just in case if I did, I'm going back. Okay, yeah. Wolin received 2 months in jail, 3 years of probation, and lifetime registration as a RSO, registered sex offender. Jesus Christ. So he is on the RSO, right? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore because he is dead. But I am glad he did receive something like that. Like, I understand that not everyone can get 50 years in jail for doing something like this, but I always hope that they get an RSO listing, because that honestly is pretty much the damn exact same of getting a life sentence when you get a lifetime registration, right? Because everyone knows what you did. It's very hard to find work. If you're dangerous enough, people will know who you are and what you've done in the past. So at least if they do get a lifetime RSO, I do feel okay with that. Even though I would prefer these guys to also go to jail for a longer time, but I guess I'm looking at the bright side of things when it comes to their sentencing, I guess. But let's see. The sentence was in line with the sentences given out to others from the sting operation, right? So it seems like he got a normal sentence for his crimes with Tcap and all that. But let's see. His license to practice medicine had been revoked on an interim basis pending conviction, and was permanently revoked following his conviction. So now that's a big thing right there, right? Imagine losing the license that you worked 8+ years to get and so much money to earn, right? Just for it to go like that, you know, in the flick of a finger, over trying to meet a minor, right? You're married, right? Just, I don't know what really goes on with these guys' minds sometimes, but I think that's a bigger thing than him being on RSO, to be completely honest, right? Him losing his license is massive, and I'm sure you know, but yeah. Wait, why am I going back? There's nothing happening. Let's see, is that it? Let's see, here's audio. Yeah, I think that's it. But let's see. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna call it there. But yeah, it was good. Oh god, this scene. It was good. Watching him again, right? It was very good, right? I don't remember much from him. You know, now I do. Of course, we just watched the entirety of it. But that will wrap it up for this video, right? Yeah, I'm sorry for not uploading Sunday. I should have told y'all, but honestly, just I don't know. I'll be straight up with you, right? School got me tired, and also Baldur's Gate came out. So I was playing that with my friends, but other than that, I was a bit, you know, I guess burned out from the police interrogation watching stuff, because the second part I had to record in my bed when the house was extra noisy, so I was stressed out. And to prevent me from like going into, you know, one of those, you know, hiatuses from being, you know, not too into YouTube, I just kind of skipped out this Sunday, right? But I'll be back. I don't know if this will come out on Sunday or maybe beforehand. But yeah, it was nice having you here, you know, with me. And we'll catch some other time, right? Check out more videos on my channel. If you like this and you're reading, if you're hearing this, right, you might as well go check those out as well. People enjoy them. But anyway, I'll leave it here and have a good day, right? Goodbye.